everybody, this is Harshmeen again, and today I have Darren Mills from Waikato Explorer. So how are you, Darren, today?
Absolutely fabulous, another beautiful Waikato day.
So today I'm here to ask you a few questions about your business, and I wanted to help the people around my community regarding what our businesses are all about and what we do and how we started and all of those stuff, so that we can actually motivate other people as well who are planning to start a business or who are like, oh, should I not? So that's why. So I think you will be a good example for that. So first question, how did you start your business?
Well, I used to drive ferries in Auckland, and if you've ever been on the harbour, you'll know that wind and rain and all sorts of weather events affect sailings on the harbours and exposed waterways, and I got sick of having my trips cancelled one too many times, and I thought, okay, there's got to be an easier way to take care of business. So I had done a stint on a vessel that plied the waters of the Waikato River several years earlier, and I knew there was nobody doing it. So we got some investors together, found a boat, and kicked our business off on the 5th of November 2012.
What else do you think, when you start a business, what do you think we should be careful about? Like, what are the things, any dangers or anything you should be worried about?
Well, to be honest, it's really hard at the moment because nobody knows what the future's going to be like in the short term with COVID-19. You've really got to make sure you have enough, here's the key, have enough money so that you're not having to shortchange the look of your business, but not have too much, because if you have too much, you can perhaps get a little bit lazy and spend money on things that don't need to be spent on. In our case, it's all about the front of the house, all about what's out there in front of the public. That's where you spend your money. The rest, don't matter. Now, we operated out of our house for a number of years, and our prep kitchen was our garage. Don't worry about that stuff. Nobody sees that sort of stuff, as long as it obviously complies and you're delivering a safe, an acceptable product, a sustainable product, and great. The front of the house is your shop window, and that's where it needs to be. And also your marketing needs to be in tune with what's popular in the present time. Like at the moment, our marketing is Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and social media streams. Back in 2012, it was more radio and newspaper.
Yeah.
So you've got to stay on top, and your marketing is so very, very important, because you've got to reach the right people, which is kind of what you're doing, which is perfect. Reach the target market rather than wasting money on people that may never use your service. And interestingly enough, we did a bit of a tally up over the last 12 months, and 65% of our business comes from Auckland.
Oh.
So for us, spending a lot of money advertising in Hamilton is probably not a good spend, whereas we have campaigns that go directly into Auckland via social media, and they're proving to be very valuable. Also our Google AdWords as well. When people search up what to do in Hamilton, we're pretty much up the top, which is great. And that's money, that's advertising money can't buy, basically.
That's true.
Indeed.
That's so true, that you have to do marketing in any ways. And another thing, you also told me about, you guys have a cafe as well. Tell me about that.
Well, our business is a floating cafe, and that was kind of our point of difference. We started out being more a scenic cruise, but to be fair, our boats don't go fast enough, and there's a speed limit of 5 knots on the river, so you can't really go that far. And if we pick people up from Hamilton Gardens, it's pretty much trees, the occasional house, and a few beaches between the city and the garden. So a lot of that is stuff that really isn't that attractive. Not as attractive as everything downstream, all the large houses and whatnot. So we thought, right, well, let's up the ante on the food and beverage, and then we suddenly created this idea that we're in a floating cafe. Marvellous. We've got a situation where people can go and have lunch in the most interesting cafe in town, because the scenery changes constantly. It's not a white wall surrounding, you look out the window and the view never changes. And also when we're selling the boat for groups, it's amazing because you don't need to theme up.
Yeah.
You only theme up white rooms because they're boring. You don't need to theme up the river because the scenery is constantly changing. So that's our point of difference. And since we redesigned and bought Kiwi Cat, which is our newer vessel, our business has gone from strength to strength, and it also attracts the locals as well. We're not just attracting the tourism market, and with what's happened in the last 12 months, we can't rely on the overseas tourism market anymore, of course, not in the short term. So we have a product now that's more attractive to locals and for Aucklanders coming down for a day.
And And do you cater for vegan, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, all kind of people?
Absolutely, you have to these days, and I'll give you an example of how we've adapted our product over the last 12 months. Our dinner cruises used to be barbecue dinner cruises, and we'd have vegetarian options, obviously, for people who don't eat red meat. And this year we've gone with our regular cafe menu, but we've upped the ante for dinner. We've pulled out a few cafe dishes and changed them out for dinner type dishes, and half of the menu is vegan and vegetarian, and that suits the market really well.
Oh, interesting. And so you people can book your vessel for company events or any kind of events as well?
Yep, I'd recommend people go to the website, which is waikatoexplorer.co.nz. You can book a regular cruise. Online, there's a little discount online, $10 per person, so it's always worth booking online. And you can also get in contact with us through that about booking a group event. Kiwi Cats can take up to 44 people, and coming in a couple of weeks, we hopefully will have our new fast ferry, which will carry up to 30 people at greater speeds, so we'll be able to do destination trips, ferrying large amounts of people from the ferry bank to the Hamilton Gardens and Hamilton Gardens to the museum. Also picking people up from the cycle trails and doing that, so there'll be a little bit more flexibility.
And I even saw that you did a trip for field days as well. What about that?
Yeah, the Field Days Ferry is something we do every year when it's operating. We run a service from Hamilton Gardens to the Field Days. That's people don't need to park a mile away and have to walk in the mud. And park and ride service has been very, very popular. Did last year, or the year before last, about 1,000 one-way trips over the 4 days.
Wow, that was amazing. And then there is nothing to worry about parking or even coming in the bus, which is overcrowded as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, obviously you have to pay for it, but it's worth not having the hassle.
And lastly, how did you manage during COVID?
Well, the business closed down obviously during lockdown, and we're a little bit cautious about starting up again. We just started up with a couple of days, and demand was so great we continued to add days onto the schedule, and at the moment we're operating 7 days, and we'll continue to do so once we get into the winter time. And there's definitely enough business to sustain us at the moment. And also we are starting the ferry service, as I mentioned, in a couple of weeks, and that will obviously help out.
And lastly, I just want to know, just last question, and that is, what would you suggest to our business owners who are struggling or who are dealing with COVID scenario or any kind of problems right now in their business?
Very hard to give advice on that because nobody really knows what's going to happen, but keep yourselves and your families safe is obviously the most important thing. Don't be afraid to take a few calculated risks. That's not going stupid, but if you think it's worth it, just do it, because if you don't do it, you'll regret it forever. And just keep building off a solid base. And the most important thing is don't save your way to profit. You can't save your way to profit. So you got to spend money to make money. That's my rule in life. It's got me into trouble more than once, but you've got to spend money to make money. And our business has become relatively successful from nothing to 20,000 passengers a year, and decent turnover, and it's profitable after a couple of years of not being so profitable. But now we're looking for a very bright and happy future.
And can we give away something from you to our viewers?
Absolutely, whatever you'd like. How about a family pass on one of our cafe cruises?
Oh, thank you so much for that.
No worries. 2 adults and up to 3 kids.
Perfect. I'll do a giveaway for that then.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi guys, make sure you like, subscribe and comment on the video as well as on the giveaway, and tag your friends as many as you can. The more you share, the more you tag, the better it is, and the more chances you will have to win. So look out for the giveaway on my Instagram and Facebook page. Thank you.